Welcome everybody to Convince and Convert. I am your host Jason Baer here at the Exact Target Connections Conference. I'm going to review Gary Vaynerchuk's new book, Crush It, today. Crush It comes out tomorrow. I've known Gary for a little while. Interesting book. It's really the premise of Gary's book is that technology has disintermediated business and allowed people access to success that previously they wouldn't have had. That social media has broken down barriers to success, and that you can crush it in your own life. And really, for the most part, I agree with the premise of the book. I've certainly built a community and a business here at Convince and Convert by following many of the principles of Gary's book, and so I think it can be done. Now, is this a book for corporate marketers? No, it's really not. Crush It is a book for people who are either entrepreneurs or would-be entrepreneurs, and in that way, it reminds me a little bit of Chris Brogan and Julian Smith's recent book, Trust Agents, which I also reviewed, also a book that I definitely recommend. The other thing I would say is that Gary really focuses in the book on the key to success being content, creating content about what you know, and building a community and therefore a business around that content. And I think that's true as long as you actually know something about something. And I guess on some level everybody has expertise in some area, but I believe you have to have a fairly deep amount of success in order to really build a whole business around it. And Gary tends to gloss over that part a little bit. But I think if you tend to focus on narrower elements of what you know, and really differentiate yourself through specificity, I think there really is something there. And in some ways, I think where Gary talks about this idea of content and sort of micro-targeting and saying, okay, look, one of the examples he uses in the book is, let's say you know everything about worms and fishing with worms, and as strange as that may sound, somebody out there does know about that, and that you could be the worm expert and build a business around that. And so that's true, and I think that concept is really similar to Chris Anderson's book, The Long Tail, which talks about the ability to monetize hyper-targeted niches using technology, and I think there's a lot of merit to that approach. I would also say that one of the things I like a lot about this book is Gary's really honest about how much time it takes to sort of build a brand around your expertise kind of on your own. And I find it funny because 4-Hour Workweek, which is the book by Tim Ferriss, which is similar to this book in many ways, and in fact Tim Ferriss comments on the cover, blurbs the cover of Crush It. But it's interesting because Tim Ferriss's concept is to not work as much and to use technology and automation to enable you to live sort of a 4-hour work week, hence the title of the book. And Gary really talks a lot about how much time it takes, and it takes hours and hours and hours a day to really be good at social media and build a business around it. And I think, frankly, that Gary's approach is probably more realistic than Tim's, but geez, I'd sure love to see a showdown between those two guys, because their philosophy is contradictory in terms of how you get there, but yet what they paint as a picture of success is absolutely the same. So if you are self-employed, or if you want to be self-employed, or if you want to be motivated and really get a shot in the arm, I absolutely recommend that you pick up a copy of Crush It. It reads very much like sitting down and having a conversation with Gary, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that. I hope you'll pick it up, and let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much. It's Jay Baer from Convince and Convert.